Let me tell you something that most folks ignore until it's too late. The way you hold yourself every single day is quietly shaping your future. Your posture, the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you move. It is either adding years to your life or quietly shaving them away. I have seen it with my own eyes. People who walk tall and strong seem to keep their energy well into old age. People who slouch, who collapse into their chairs like they are carrying the weight of the world. They start aging before their time. Their bodies weaken, their minds slow, and they wonder what went wrong. You might not realize it now, but your posture is a message to your body. When you stand straight, shoulders back, chest open, your body understands that you are strong, that you are confident, that you are alive. It keeps your lungs open, your heart working right, your blood flowing the way it should. But when you hunch forward, when your head droops, when your shoulders cave in, your body gets a different message. It starts thinking you are weak, that you are tired, that you are shutting down. And slowly, it starts to listen. I knew a man once, strong as an ox in his younger years. But as life wore on, he let himself shrink. He spent his days hunched over his desk, his shoulders curled in, his head always looking down. He said it did not matter. That posture was just something people worried about for looks. But the years passed, and he started having trouble breathing. His back ached every morning. His energy drained faster than it should. His doctor told him his posture was making things worse. He tried to fix it, but by then, his body was set in its ways. Most people do not connect the dots. They think bad posture just makes them look a little lazy. Maybe gives them a stiff neck now and then. But what they do not see is the slow destruction happening underneath. The spine compressing, the nerves pinching, the muscles weakening, the organs struggling for space. It is like a house with a sinking foundation. The cracks start small, a little discomfort here, a little stiffness there. But then, one day, everything starts falling apart. And here is the part that really gets to me. People will spend money on pills, on treatments, on miracle cures that promise to make them feel young again. But they will not take 2 minutes to straighten their back, to adjust their posture, to move with purpose. They do not realize that this one simple change can do more for their health than any medicine ever will. Think about this. When you sit all day with your shoulders slumped, your head forward, your back rounded, what do you think happens inside you? Your lungs do not have the space they need to expand. Your heart has to work harder to push blood through your body. Your digestion slows down because your stomach is being compressed. And your brain? It is not getting the oxygen it needs to stay sharp. You feel tired. You feel sluggish. You feel like you are running on empty. And you think it is just age catching up to you. But it is not just about how you feel today. It is about what happens to you in the long run. People who keep good posture tend to stay active longer. They walk with confidence. They move with ease. Their bones stay stronger. Their muscles hold up better. And most importantly, their bodies stay open and functional. Bad posture, on the other hand, is like pressing fast forward on the aging process. Your spine curves in ways it should not. Your joints wear out faster. Your balance weakens. And before you know it, you're struggling just to do the things that once felt easy. I have seen people in their 40s and 50s moving like they are 70. And I have seen people in their 70s and 80s standing tall, moving with energy. And the difference is as clear as day. One group let themselves collapse. The other refused to give in. If you do not believe me, just try this. Right now, wherever you are, sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, take a deep breath. Feel the difference? That is your body thanking you. That is what it feels like when your lungs have the space they need, when your blood is flowing right, when your muscles are doing their job. Now imagine keeping that up every single day. Imagine what that could do for your energy, your health, your future. The problem is, people get stuck in bad habits. They sit the wrong way for years. They walk with their heads down. They do not even realize they are doing it. And then when the pain starts, when the stiffness sets in, they blame it on everything except the one thing that has been wrong all along. But here's the good news. It is never too late to fix it. You might have spent decades slouching. You might have trained your body into the wrong shape, but you can still turn it around. It takes awareness. It takes effort, but it is possible. Start with the way you sit. Do not sink into your chair like a sack of potatoes. Keep your feet flat on the ground. Keep your back straight. Keep your shoulders relaxed but open. If you work at a desk, sit it up so you're not craning your neck all day. If you look at your phone a lot, lift it higher. Stop letting your head droop forward. When you stand, stand with purpose. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the sky. Keep your weight balanced. Do not lean forward or back. Walk with confidence, not just for how it looks, but for how it keeps you strong. And move. Your body is not meant to stay frozen in one position all day. Stretch. Walk. Change positions often. If you sit too long, stand up. If you stand too long, move around. Keep your body awake. I have lived long enough to see what happens when people ignore these things. I have watched strong men turn frail because they let their posture fall apart. I have watched women struggle with pain that could have been avoided if they had just paid attention sooner. And I have seen those who took care of their posture, who stood tall no matter what life threw at them. And they lived longer, moved better, stayed sharper. Do not wait until it is too late. Do not wait until your back is aching, until your energy is gone, until your body starts failing you in ways you never expected. Fix it now. Stand up straight. Move with purpose. Breathe deep. Give your body the message it needs to hear. That you are alive, that you are strong, that you are not giving in. Because the truth is, the way you hold yourself today is shaping the years ahead. And whether those years are full of strength or struggle, that choice starts with you. Now, let's clear some common questions. What small, everyday habits can help reinforce proper posture without requiring major lifestyle changes? The first thing you need to do is become aware of your posture. Most people do not even realize they are slouching. They do not feel their shoulders rounding forward, their neck craning, their back collapsing into itself. They go through their day completely unaware that their body is working against them. The easiest way to fix this is by checking in with yourself often. Every time you walk through a doorway, every time you sit down, every time you stand up, take a second to notice how you are holding yourself. Are your shoulders back? Is your spine straight? Is your head sitting over your shoulders instead of jutting forward? If not, fix it. In the beginning, you will catch yourself slouching 100 times a day. But over time, the more you correct it, the more natural it becomes. Now let's talk about sitting. This is where most people destroy their posture without even realizing it. They sink into their chairs. Their back curves like a question mark. Their head pushes forward, and they stay like that for hours. Then they wonder why their back hurts, why their neck is stiff, why they feel exhausted even after sitting all day. The trick is to sit with purpose. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight and supported. Make sure your screen is at eye level so you are not tilting your head down for hours. And for the love of everything, do not cross your legs all day. It throws off your balance and encourages bad alignment. Sit with both feet on the ground. Keep your knees at a right angle. And if you work at a desk, get up and move every so often. Staying in one position too long is just as bad as sitting the wrong way. Speaking of moving, you need to walk like you mean it. Too many people walk with their shoulders slumped and their head down, looking at their phone, looking at the ground, looking anywhere but ahead. This makes you look tired. And more importantly, it makes you feel tired. When you walk, walk tall. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the sky. Keep your shoulders relaxed but back. Keep your chest open and look ahead, not down, not at your phone, but straight ahead. It is a small change, but you will be amazed at how much more energy you feel just by walking with purpose. Now let's talk about one of the biggest enemies of good posture, your phone. Every time you look down at it, you are putting massive strain on your neck and spine. It might not seem like much now, but over time, that little tilt forward can cause serious problems. Instead of looking down at your phone all day, hold it up. Bring it to eye level so you're not constantly bending your neck forward. If you're texting or scrolling, rest your elbows on something to help support your arms. It might feel strange at first, but this one small change can save your neck from years of pain. Another simple but powerful habit is to engage your core. People think core strength is just about having a flat stomach, but is so much more than that. Your core is what keeps you upright. It is what protects your lower back. If your core is weak, your posture will suffer no matter how much you try to stand up straight. You do not need to do endless sit-ups to fix this. Just make a habit of lightly engaging your core throughout the day. When you're sitting, when you're standing, when you are walking, imagine pulling your belly button slightly toward your spine. Not sucking in, just engaging. Keeping that little bit of tension helps support your spine and keep you in alignment. One of the easiest ways to reinforce good posture is to sleep in a way that supports your spine. A lot of people do everything right during the day, only to ruin it all at night by sleeping in terrible positions. If you sleep on your stomach, stop that. It forces your neck into an unnatural angle and puts strain on your lower back. Sleeping on your side or back is much better. If you're a side sleeper, keep a pillow between your knees to keep your hips aligned. If you sleep on your back, make sure your pillow supports your neck without pushing your head forward. And no matter what position you sleep in, your mattress matters. If it is too soft or too old, it is not giving your body the support it needs. Another small habit that makes a huge difference is stretching. People think stretching is only for athletes. But the truth is, if you do not stretch, your muscles tighten, your joints stiffen, and your posture suffers. You do not need to do an entire yoga routine every day. Just take a few minutes in the morning and before bed to stretch out your spine, your shoulders, your neck. Roll your shoulders back. Reach your arms overhead. Stretch your chest open. Tilt your head gently from side to release neck tension. These little things keep your body open and prevent the stiffness that leads to bad posture. And finally, breathe. It sounds too simple to matter, but the way you breathe affects the way you hold yourself. When you take shallow breaths, your chest collapses, your shoulders round forward, your body tenses up. But when you take deep breaths from your diaphragm, your chest expands, your posture naturally straightens. You feel more awake, more alive. Try this right now. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Let your belly expand. Now exhale slowly. Feel how it opens up your body? That is how you should be breathing all the time. Are there warning signs that indicate posture is already affecting your longevity, even before noticeable pain or discomfort appears? One of the first warning signs is fatigue. Not the kind that comes from working hard, but the kind that makes you feel tired even after a full night's sleep. If you're constantly drained, struggling to get through the day, even when you have done nothing strenuous, your posture might be to blame. Poor posture forces your body to work harder just to hold itself up. Your muscles become tense, your breathing becomes shallow, and your circulation slows down. Over time, this low energy becomes your normal, and you stop realizing how exhausted you truly are. People blame their jobs, their diet, their age, but they never think about the way they sit, stand, and move. Another sign is stiffness. If you wake up in the morning feeling like your body is stuck, like your joints and muscles need time to loosen up before you can move freely, that is not just aging. That is your body trying to tell you something. Good posture keeps your joints in alignment and allows your muscles to stay flexible and strong. But when you slouch or hunch for hours every day, your body begins to adapt to that position. Your muscles tighten where they should be loose. Your spine starts to settle into a shape it was never meant to hold. And little by little, that stiffness becomes permanent. You might not think much of it now, but stiffness is the beginning of something far worse. Pay attention to how you breathe. If you notice that your breaths are short and shallow instead of deep and full, posture might be the culprit. When you slouch, you compress your lungs. You do not give them enough space to expand fully. Over time, this means your body gets less oxygen than it needs. You start feeling more sluggish, more easily winded. You might not even realize it is happening because the change is slow. But one day, you will wonder why you struggle to catch your breath after a short flight of stairs, why you feel like you never have enough air. The answer might be right in the way you carry yourself every single day. Your digestion can also tell you a lot. People do not connect posture with their stomach, but they should. If you often feel bloated, sluggish after meals, or deal with slow digestion, your posture might be a factor. Slouching compresses your abdomen. It does not give your organs the space they need to work efficiently. When you sit hunched over, especially after eating, you are literally folding your digestive system in half. Over time, this can lead to discomfort, acid reflux, and even long-term gut issues. If you notice that your digestion is not what it used to be, do not just look at your diet. Look at the way you sit and stand. Another warning sign is tension in unexpected places. If your neck feels tight, if your shoulders are always tense, if you feel like you are carrying weight on your upper back even when you are at rest, bad posture is likely to blame. This kind of tension builds up slowly. You might roll your shoulders back and feel a small sense of relief, but the tightness always returns. You might think it is just stress, just life wearing you down. But more often than not, it is because your body is fighting against the poor alignment you have forced upon it. And if you do not fix it now, that tension will turn into chronic pain that will not go away so easily. Your balance can also give you a clue. If you feel clumsy, if you trip over your own feet more often than you should, if you struggle to stand on one leg without wobbling, your posture might be at fault. Good posture keeps your weight evenly distributed. It allows your body to move with control and ease. But bad posture throws off that balance. It shifts your center of gravity. It weakens the muscles that are meant to stabilize you. And the older you get, the more dangerous this becomes. Because poor balance does not just make you clumsy. It increases your risk of falls. And falls are one of the fastest ways to lose your independence as you age. If you are having trouble concentrating, do not be so quick to blame distractions or aging. Poor posture affects blood flow to the brain. It affects oxygen intake. It affects your energy levels. All of these things impact focus and mental clarity. If you find yourself struggling to stay sharp, feeling mentally foggy for no clear reason, check your posture. See if you're slouching, if your head is jutting forward, if your back is collapsing into itself. Fixing these small things can bring a surprising level of alertness back into your life. Your mood is another thing to watch. People do not realize how much posture affects emotions. When you carry yourself with confidence, standing tall, shoulders back, chest open, your brain responds. You feel stronger, more capable, more in control. But when you slouch, when you collapse into yourself, your mind follows your body. You start feeling drained, unmotivated, even more anxious or depressed without knowing why. If you've been feeling down, pay attention to how you are holding yourself throughout the day. The simple act of straightening up can shift your entire state of mind. Could posture be the missing key in many anti-aging strategies? And why isn't it emphasized more in mainstream health advice? People spend so much time chasing the latest anti-aging trends, yet they ignore one of the simplest and most powerful ways to stay youthful. They buy expensive creams, follow complicated diets, and take handfuls of supplements. They look for magic solutions, thinking that aging is something that happens only to the skin or the hair. But they forget something essential: the way you hold yourself, the way you move, the way you stand tall or collapse into yourself. Posture is one of the greatest secrets to aging well, but it is rarely talked about. And the reason is simple. It does not sell. Good posture does not come in a bottle. It cannot be packaged and marketed as a quick fix. It is not something you can apply to your face or swallow in a pill. It is a habit, a discipline, something that requires awareness and effort. And because of that, it does not get the attention it deserves. But if you have ever seen an older person who moves with ease, who stands strong and confident while others struggle with stiffness and pain, then you have seen the power of posture in action. It is not just about looking good. It is about how you feel, how you move, how you experience life as the years go by. Most people do not realize that poor posture speeds up aging from the inside out. When you slouch, your body collapses inward. Your spine compresses. Your muscles weaken. Your joints wear down faster than they should. And the effects go far beyond your back and shoulders. Your breathing becomes shallow, starving your body of oxygen. Your circulation slows, affecting how nutrients reach your skin and organs. Your digestion suffers because your internal organs are being crushed by your own bad habits. Over time, all of this adds up, and suddenly, you feel older than you should. You feel tired, stiff, and achy long before your time. One of the greatest signs of youth is movement. The ability to walk with energy, to bend and stretch with ease, to carry yourself with strength. But when your posture is poor, you start losing that ability long before age should take it from you. You see it all the time. People in their 40s and 50s who already move like they are much older. They struggle to get out of chairs. They walk with their heads jutting forward, their backs hunched, their bodies working against them instead of for them. They think it is just age catching up, but it is not. It is years of bad posture finally showing its consequences. The reason posture is not emphasized in mainstream health advice is because it requires effort. People want quick solutions. They want something they can buy, something they can do for a few weeks and see results. But posture is a lifelong practice. It is about daily habits. The way you sit, the way you stand, the way you hold yourself when you are tired or distracted. It is not exciting. It is not something you can market with flashy advertisements. And so it gets ignored. But if you want to slow down aging in a way that actually works, posture is one of the most powerful tools you have. It affects everything: your energy levels, your mood, your mobility, your confidence. And the best part is, it does not cost anything. It does not require expensive treatments or complicated programs. It is about awareness, about choosing to stand tall instead of slouching, about strengthening your body instead of letting it collapse. The problem is, by the time most people realize this, they have already suffered years of damage. They wait until they are in pain, until their bodies feel stiff and weak, until they have lost the natural ease of movement they once had. And then they try to fix it. But the earlier you start paying attention to posture, the better. It is easier to maintain than to correct. And the benefits are undeniable. If you want to see real proof, just look at people who age well. The ones who seem younger than they are. The ones who move with grace and strength even as the years pass. They have one thing in common. They hold themselves with confidence. Their posture is strong. Their movements are fluid. They do not look weighed down by life. And that is because they are not. They have not allowed years of bad habits to steal their vitality. Now, imagine yourself in the years to come. Do you want to be the person who struggles to stand up straight, who moves with effort, who feels the weight of time pressing down on their body? Or do you want to be the person who stands tall, who moves with energy, who feels strong and capable no matter what age? That choice starts now. Every time you catch yourself slouching, every time you decide to sit up straight instead of collapsing into a chair, every time you take a deep breath and let your shoulders relax back instead of rounding forward. Aging is not just about wrinkles and gray hair. It is about how you feel in your body, how you move through life. And posture is one of the greatest tools you have to stay young from the inside out. So, do not ignore it. Do not wait until pain forces you to pay attention. Start now. Stand tall. Move with intention. And give yourself the gift of a body that supports you for years to come.